At the end of this module, you will be able to classify African instruments according to the Saxe-Horn-Bostel system, membranophones, idiophones, aerophones, chordophones, identify key traditional instruments and their ethnic or geographical origins, describe the construction and materials used in traditional instruments, explain the cultural, spiritual, and ceremonial roles of each instrument, recognize sound examples of each classification, discuss the symbolism, restrictions, and sacred meanings of certain instruments, evaluate how these instruments have evolved or been adapted in modern genres like Afrobeats, jazz, hip-hop, and reggae. This module takes you deep into the instrumental diversity of African musical culture, exploring the full spectrum of indigenous African instruments through the lens of 4 scientific classifications: membranophones, idiophones, aerophones, and chordophones. African instruments are not merely tools of entertainment. They are sacred artifacts, cultural identifiers, oral history transmitters, and ritual agents. Each instrument has a cultural context, a spiritual function, and a symbolic language. Instruments are often gendered, associated with clans or deities, used in initiation ceremonies, or restricted to specific classes of society, e.g., royalty, priesthood, warriors. This module guides you through the design, function, materials, regional variations, and usage of traditional instruments across Africa. It also covers symbolic meanings, performance techniques, sound production mechanics, and contemporary adaptations of these instruments in modern African music genres. You will not only study what these instruments look and sound like, but also how they are constructed from local materials, how they communicate messages, and how they are used to bridge the physical and metaphysical worlds. Instrument classifications in African music. 1. Membranophones, drums and skin-covered instruments. Membranophones are the heartbeat of African music. These instruments produce sound by vibrating a stretched membrane typically made of animal skin across a hollow body. Examples: dot, djembe, Mali, Guinea, goblet-shaped drum used in festivals, initiations, and storytelling. Talking drum, Dundon, Nigeria, an hourglass-shaped drum capable of mimicking human speech through pitch modulation. Goma, Congo, Zimbabwe, tall cylindrical drum used in healing ceremonies and communication. Bata, Yoruba, Nigeria, sacred drums used in Orisha worship, especially for Sango. Cultural roles: war, announcement of royalty, rituals, funerals, healing, divination, birth celebrations. Drum ensembles represent interlocking communal participation. Certain drums are owned by gods, kings, or priesthoods and must be consecrated. 2. Idiophones, self-sounding instruments. Idiophones produce sound by vibrating the instrument itself without strings or membranes. They are struck, shaken, scraped, or plucked. Examples: dot, mbira, Zimbabwe, also called thumb piano, used in trance ceremonies. Shekere, West Africa, beaded gourd instrument shaken or slapped. Balafon, Mali/Burkina Faso, wooden xylophone with gourd resonators. Agogo bell, Nigeria, Ghana, metal or iron double bell struck with a stick. Cultural roles: healing and ancestral invocation, accompaniment for folklore storytelling. Used in masquerades, traditional dances, and educational songs. Idiophones often reflect the natural environment, using materials such as gourds, wood, bones, bamboo, or stone. Bamboo, or aerophones, wind instruments. Aerophones generate sound through air vibration inside a tube. Though less dominant than drums, they play a unique spiritual and melodic role in African music. Examples: dot, algaita, Nigeria, Niger, reed pipe used in Hausa royal courts. Kudu horn, South Africa, animal horn used in tribal assemblies. Fulani flute, Fula people, long wooden flute used in pastoral serenades. Ivory trumpets, Ghana, Cameroon, used by royalty in announcements. Cultural roles. Used in hunting, herding, and royal processions. Often considered sacred airways to summon ancestral spirits or gods. Aerophones are commonly played by initiated individuals due to their spiritual potency. Chordophones, string instruments. Chordophones produce sound from vibrating strings. Though not as widespread as drums, they have a strong presence in storytelling and praise poetry traditions. Examples: Kora, Mali, Senegal, Gambia. A 21-string harp lute played by griots. Ngoni, Mali. An ancient lute considered an ancestor to the banjo. Inanga, Uganda. Bowl zither used in Buganda royal courts. Musical bow, Zulu, Southern Africa. A simple arc string instrument played with a stick or mouth resonance. Cultural roles. Used in court music, praise singing, folk tales, and love ballads. Symbolize wisdom, lineage, and heritage. Frequently played by hereditary musicians, griots/jalis. Regional distribution of instruments. Each African region has developed unique instruments tailored to its ecology, materials, belief systems, and social hierarchies. For example, Western Africa is dominated by drums, djembe, dundun, talking drums, xylophones, and koras. Central Africa uses slit drums, mbira, and lamellophones. Eastern Africa features bowed zithers, lyres, and end-blown horns. Southern Africa is home to musical bows, gourds, and choral instruments. Northern Africa reflects Arab-Berber influence with ouds, frame drums, and flutes. Philosophical and spiritual significance. Instruments are often spiritual conduits. Certain drums speak sacred languages known only to initiated priests or elders. Instruments can be possessed by spirits and are bathed, fed, or sacrificed to before major events. Some instruments are gender-restricted, e.g., only men or women may play them. Others are intergenerational tools, used to pass down songs, proverbs, genealogies, and rituals. Suggested activities. Watch and analyze YouTube videos of djembe, mbira, and kora performances. Sound identification game. Match sound samples to the correct instrument class. DIY assignment. Build a basic idiophone or membranophone using recycled materials. Interview task. Speak to an elder or local musician about the role of an indigenous instrument reflection journal. If I were an instrument, which would I be and why?